What if you could swap your life with your ancestors just for 1 week? No phone, no job, no Netflix, but also no rent, no deadlines, no Monday morning. Would you do it? Before you answer, let's actually look at what you'd be trading, because the comparison might surprise you. Let's start with the obvious one. Convenience. Your ancient ancestor needed 2 to 3 hours just to start a fire, find food, and prepare a meal. You need 30 seconds to open an app and have food at your door. Modern humans have running water, electricity, refrigerators, cars, planes, and smartphones. Your ancestor walked everywhere, carried everything, and had no way to preserve food past a few days. On pure convenience. Modern life wins. No contest. But here's the catch. That convenience came with a price tag. Mortgage, car payments, phone bills, subscription fees. Your ancestor didn't need money because they didn't need anyone else's system to survive. You do. And the moment you need the system gets to set the terms. Now here's where it gets interesting. Modern medicine is extraordinary. Vaccines, antibiotics, surgery, cancer treatments. Your ancient ancestor died from infections that you cure with a 3-day course of pills. Child mortality was devastating. Up to half of all children born in the Stone Age didn't survive past age 5. Modern medicine changed that completely. But look at the bones. Skeletons of ancient hunter-gatherers show taller builds, stronger bones, fewer joint problems, and almost no signs of the chronic diseases that kill most modern humans today. No obesity, no type 2 diabetes, no heart disease from diet. They moved constantly 10 to 15 miles a day on average. They ate diverse, unprocessed foods. They slept when it was dark and woke when it was light. Modern humans sit for 10 hours a day, eat food engineered to be impossible to stop eating, and take sleeping pills to force a sleep cycle their own light bulbs destroyed. Modern medicine keeps us alive longer. But modern life keeps making us sick in new ways that medicine then has to fix. Your ancestor had no TV, no internet, no music streaming, but they weren't bored. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups show they spent around 6 hours a day in social interaction. Storytelling, music, games, laughter. Not passive consumption, active participation. Every night around the fire was essentially a live performance. Stories, jokes, songs, created by the people sitting right next to you. Today you have access to every movie ever made, every song ever recorded, every book ever written. And somehow millions of people scroll through it all for an hour and say, "There's nothing to watch." Your ancestor never felt that. Not because they had more entertainment, but because the entertainment they had required them to be present. Ancient ancestor worked roughly 15 to 20 hours a week to meet their survival needs. The average modern American works 47 hours a week. That's more than double. Just to maintain a standard of living that's supposed to be easier than theirs. Your ancestor had no weekends because every day already had hours of unstructured free time built in. You get 2 days off per week. Spend 1 recovering from the previous week, and spend the other dreading the next one, and vacation. The average American gets 10 days per year. Your ancestor didn't have a concept of vacation because life wasn't something they needed to escape from. Here's something ancient humans almost certainly didn't have: a mental health crisis, anxiety disorders, clinical depression, burnout. These aren't just modern diagnoses, they're modern phenomena at modern scale. The World Health Organization estimates that over 280 million people worldwide suffer from depression today. Your ancient ancestor faced real, immediate dangers: predators, famine, injury. But they didn't lie awake at 3 a.m. worrying about their personal brand, whether their career was meaningful enough, or whether they were falling behind people they'd never met on a platform that didn't exist 5 years ago. Modern psychology calls this background anxiety, a low-level, constant hum of stress that has no clear source and no clear solution. Your ancestors' stress was acute, intense, and then it was over. Modern stress is chronic, quiet, and it never really stops. Your ancient ancestor lived in a group of about 20 to 50 people. That was their entire social world. Those were the only people whose opinions actually mattered. Today, the average person has access to the opinions of literally billions of strangers, and a brain that evolved to treat social rejection as a life-threatening emergency. Your ancestor feared being cast out of the tribe. That fear made sense. Banishment meant death. You fear being ignored on the internet. That fear is just as real in your nervous system, but it never actually goes away because the internet never closes. Ancient humans performed for 50 people who knew them. Modern humans perform for an audience of billions who don't. So let's put it on the table. Ancient life gave you more time, more movement, deeper social connection, less anxiety, and a brain that actually got to rest. Modern life gives you longer life, better medicine, more comfort, more safety, and possibilities your ancestor couldn't have imagined. Neither life was perfect. Both came with real costs. The ancient human didn't get to choose their constraints. Nature chose for them. You do get to choose at least some of yours. So here's the real question. Looking at both lives honestly, not the romanticized version of either one, which parts of your ancestor's life would actually make your life better right now? More sleep? Less screen time? More time with the people sitting right next to you instead of people across the internet? You don't have to go live in a cave, but maybe the most modern thing you can do is consciously choose which parts of the ancient life you want to bring back.